Western Hills and Country Road State Home. They're in the car.
Cool. You got coffee? Okay. Were there any others that were close by? See, Montgomery says it's 6.
Great for 5:30.
So probably, no, not around the station.
Get it.
Okay. Wait a minute. Is it? West Virginia hills, how majestic and how grand. With their summits pointed skyward to the Prince Emmanuel's land. Is it any wonder then that my heart would rapture thrill as I stand once more with loved ones on the West Virginia hills? Oh, the hills, beautiful hills, how I love the West Virginia hills. If or sea or land I roam, still I think of happy homes and my friends among the West Virginia hills. Virginia hills, where my childhood past, where I often wandered lonely and the future tried to cast. Many are our visions bright, which the future never fills. But how sunny were my daydreams on the West Virginia hills. Oh, the hills, beautiful hills, how I love the West Virginia hills. If for sea or land I roam, still I think of happy homes and my friends among the West Virginia hills. That's pretty good.
Don't it always seem to go?
Don't know what you've got till it's gone. Take paradise, put up a parking lot.
Take paradise,
Put up a parking lot.
that'd be great. Yeah. Did you have for an interview? Sure.
But
Grab one other person.
I'm Beth Little.
Okay. And where are you from, Beth?
I'm from Pocahontas County.
Pocahontas County. All right. So, can you explain to me a little bit what was happening here today with the Hands Across Our Land project and the little bit of a protesting you guys did today?
Well, this is a project or a happening that's going on all across the country. People are having gatherings in cities and towns and everywhere protesting the pipeline, the expansion of the gas industry, and so forth.
So what is the plan of the gas industry? So they're planning to put a pipeline underground through, I guess, under rivers? Is that their main goal?
Well, they have to go under the rivers or through them, but up in Pocahontas County, a huge concern we have is they're planning to go across numerous mountains that are 4,000 feet high, steep sides, straight up and down. And we've been photographing and looking at other projects of pipelines not nearly as steep, and the amount of sedimentation and so forth that they're causing, we're just really concerned that they're going to ruin the rivers. We have karst in West Virginia, cave systems, and there's no telling what will happen to the flow of the water there. But even at a deeper level, the fact that they're putting billions of dollars into infrastructure to expand gas is not what we should be doing now. We should be we can use gas, what's there, until we get energy efficiency and renewables developed. But we shouldn't be putting billions of dollars into new expansion of this fossil fuel.
So why do you think personally is this such a big deal for the community here in West Virginia, Pocahontas, Greenbrier County, as a nation as a whole? I mean, like you said, there really isn't a need to be doing this kind of stuff with fossil fuels now. Why do you think it's such a big deal to kind of let your voices be heard about this issue?
Well, West Virginia is kind of a main focus of the Marcellus Shale, and then after that there's the Utica Shale, and now they've discovered the Rogersville Shale, which is oil. So we have a lot of drilling, and that's causing a lot of suffering to people who happen to be near the village, and health problems and water contamination and so forth. And now the pipeline takes gas elsewhere, even learned that there are now permits to export it. And they talk about gas being, this great thing that would make us energy independent, so exporting it, doesn't make any sense, number one. Number two, the price will go way up, and so, this boon that we're having with cheap gas will end.
Yeah, who doesn't love cheap gas, right? We're trying to keep it as cheap as possible.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back in the
Right.
All right, well, thank you so much, but that was great. Okay, so can you explain to me a little bit what was happening here today with the Hands Across Our Land project and what the point was of this little march and this little protest about all the fracking and the pipelines and all this kind of stuff happening right now?
Well, 30 communities across 8 states that we're aware of joined us today in solidarity and standing up and saying that we want a brighter future for our state. We don't want to focus on fossil fuel extraction and pipelines as our only resource, and we certainly don't want to see private companies take private property to achieve their goals. So this is building on our momentum, the organizing we've been doing, letting our communities know that these companies do not have the right to eminent domain yet. They should not be intimidated by their tactics, and if they are in opposition, they should stand with us.
So why is this such a big deal, being that we're trying to get away from the fossil fuels, trying to, be more environment friendly and have something that's just kind of taking a step back and take this forward? Why is it so important for local communities and, the United States as a whole to get this message across?
Well, I think we're seeing locally our coal jobs are leaving us, and that's a result of a worldwide constriction in the coal economy. And so we also want to be able to work in our state and have good jobs. And so what are the other options? This is a sign to our political leaders, a sign to our community leaders that we need other options in West Virginia and to be focused solely on extraction at the expense of our people and our land and our health and our water is very short-sighted.
All right. At least that was awesome.
good?
Thank you
All
so
right, good
much.
deal.
That was great.
Well, Hands Across Our Land is going to be in several states today, and I didn't think of the idea, but I just wanted us to participate because the Greenbrier River, unfortunately, is in the crosshairs of two different pipeline projects. So the upper reaches of the Greenbrier and the lower part of the Greenbrier are both in the sites of pipelines. The MVP pipeline project would cross at Pence Springs, and the Atlantic Coast pipeline would cross somewhere north of Marlinton. It's not really clear where, because it kind of keeps changing the routes.
Okay, okay. So, being that, you know, in present years and recent we're trying to get away from fossil fuels, we want to be more environment friendly, why is it such a big deal for the community to know that this is happening and to kind of get your message across that we don't want to have this?
Well, you know, people talk about gas as a bridge to the future, but I remember the bridge in Alaska that they called the Bridge to Nowhere? I think it's kind of a bridge to nowhere because it doesn't get us any further. Just today, the EPA is coming out with some rules about compressor stations because they're realizing that compressor stations that have to do with natural gas put off a bunch of methane. So it's, you know, nothing, it's not pure, it's not clean. We need to think of different alternatives. If we continue to put all our eggs in the fossil fuel basket, we're just going to go down the tubes. So you know, it's kind of important that people understand that it's a problem. Plus, if they build pipelines, I'm very afraid that there'll be fracking here. And if you've spent any time where there's fracking, it's really horrible. It's very hard on the water. It's very hard on the communities where people are. People's health is in danger. Fracking would just be awful for you. So
that was awesome. Thank you so much. It was so great to